Okay, Coach, so normally thoughts turn to basketball this time of year in the Hoosier State, but not so this year. The NFL playoffs have come to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Right there, 56. I got it.
First down, Prescott. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay. Dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. They still can't get him. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Aaron Lynch able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brandon Cooks. 72 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Adam Gase has put a pair of fingers up in the air. His offense is going to go for 2. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Play action now. Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, and he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Set, ready. Watch the pitch work. Coach 3. Cut. Undercut. Sit. Off.
Brissett. He is going to find Hill here. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 29 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and it catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Throwing. Prescott. And he finds Cook. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Prescott now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. And that's complete to Cooks. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 23 yards on the play. They'll run with Cook. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He gets it to Cooks. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. And they're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Here's Prescott. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. Now Adam Gase has put a pair of fingers up in the air. His offense is going to go for 2. Prescott from the gun. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Bissett. Gets this one to Hill.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Check 50, check 50.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Able to find Walter. That's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mostert. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This is Mostert. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And now the throw hauled in by Green. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 27-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Mostert. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, Brissett. And an alley to run. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett. And that's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Prescott to throw it. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Prescott now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. Prescott now. It's caught. Beckham. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Prescott looks to throw on first. It's complete to Fuller. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. Sanders' kick is good. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
Let's go, baby. Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. It's a 6-yard run, leaves them with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A first down throw for Brissett. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Mostert. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Third and short yardage, Brissett. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it.
Hey, check, Mike 57, Mike 57. Crunch time, defense. 57, Mike 57. All day.
Now Brissett on fourth down. And that is going to be incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Check it back, check it.
They start the drive with Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. They run again on first down. Cook. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a second and 2. From the 45 on second down, Prescott brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 34-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Right there, 54, Mike.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on, baby.
Now Howard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Prescott from the gun on third. And it's complete. Hooper. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Here we go, 47. Six guys. Check six guys. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Prescott on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 6 there on first. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back to the ground. Cook slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
Hey, watch that, watch that. 54. Hurt. Watch the twist. Deuce.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. He was brought down by Eric Wilson. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guy.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Prescott to throw on fourth. He finds Beckham. To get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They go for it on fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Running with Howard. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now, backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will extend their lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
Go. 35 to Mike.
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Robbie Anderson there to make the grab. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run on first down gets him a couple up to the 27. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brandon Cooks saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
We play to win. Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On third down, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Brissett to throw for it on fourth. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Brissett. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Found his target. It's Anderson.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
It's Hill, complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott, and finding the tight end Hooper. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. On first down, it's Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry.